Good morning, good morning. It's a good morning to rise and shine. Apologies for starting in late. I just came back in the night, early morning, and here we are, despite all the noise that is disturbing us around our lives. So, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Join us from wherever you're calling us from. We'll be happy to see you. Yesterday I couldn't join, but I was really there with you. And, I had some noise which ended yesterday, those ones that are in my life. I lost my baby sister, and we were putting her to rest yesterday. But life goes on. She was a fantastic human being. And this is actually what motivated me to speak about today's topic under the social and cultural spoke of the wheel of life. So, what are we doing in our lives? Those ones that are joining us for the very first time, we come on this platform every day, Monday to Friday, for the last 4 years to give our free mentorship on what we call the 730 Free Mentorship Academy. So those ones that have been following us, some have gotten to utilize the knowledge that we're sharing, because whatever we do in life, if we do not share the knowledge, we are not having the impact that it needs. A lot of people have got knowledge, but they're shy to actually utilize it. They are shy to share, and you just don't even know what is happening in their lives. Even the things that they're experts on, they don't want to do them. They only want to do it at their own time. And this is why we come here Monday to Friday, just share the knowledge of what we have in our own space and in our own experiences. So on Monday, we come with Red Water. On Tuesday, is Cocktail Chats. On Wednesday, it's the Marketplace, where we just bring to you the products and services that we do. And those people that are able to join us do that. And on Thursday, we come with Dr. Nelly Kangwa. And on Friday, it's the healthy tips that make us nourish our body so we can be able to show up every day. So if you have shown up today, it means you are well. If you are listening to me this morning, it means you are well. And we should not take that for granted. We have to nourish our body so that the bodies that we have can really take us to those levels where we want to be. And these are the changes that we need to be making. And today, it's a Tuesday. We are here because we are nurturing your minds, the mindset change, and it's a process, not a one day fix it. And so every Tuesday we sliced a certain portion of the things that are happening in our lives, the changes that are happening in our lives, and the impact that we have on our lives as well. So I would want you to tag someone. I would want you to engage. Even if your people don't listen to it, you can just go on the link and click on it, and you'll be able to share. Thank you, Dr. Mwansa Stephen, for always being there, being here, and I'm so grateful for you preparing my room so that I can be able to speak to the world. That's what we call impacting each other in the positive way. We are all not perfect. We are not perfect. And, it just depends on the things that we want to pick from our friends, the things that we want to pick around ourselves, and the things that we just want to nurture and go on. So today's topic is celebrating my impact on the social and cultural wheel of life. And this was necessitated by just what happened in the last week, where our eldest sister have had the funerals on the other side of her family, her husband's family, and she was there, and I was looking at her and said, "Oh, so this is the impact that someone shares on their own platform, where you have to be on both sides, and when something now comes on yourself, like it's now an immediate a thing where now the people that you have been impacting come to join you." And this is why I was saying, can we speak about who, as we introduce the topic for today, as really who is going to come to your funeral? Who will tell them? How will they get impacted? Because we all belong to different kinds of families. Some you've got 4 different families, but you are in the middle of everything. So you show up everywhere and you make things happen, and you don't know the impact that you're putting on people. And some, they don't realize that for someone to come out, to your thing, you must have had an impact on their lives. So if we don't see people helping us, if we don't see people sharing, what it is that they have to share, calling you to just find out how you feel, it means you have had no impact on somebody's life. You have had no impact on somebody's life, and so it doesn't matter whether you show up or you don't. So it is this impact that we share in people's lives that make us go to these funerals. And our little sister, she has been unwell. She was not seeing. She had the eye problem. She could not see, but the impact that she put on people's lives, it was just so amazing. And when our elder sister was thanking people, I then even realized even more that this little sister of ours had such great impact on the lives of people that were around her. She knew everyone. We were so shocked. We had so many funerals, but we don't get people from the village coming, people from our neighbors coming, people from neighbors coming, from Kasama, who stayed with our dad, the neighbors, the people that she impacted, the people that she continuously called. We heard how when we came back home, we heard how she was just people saying, I want the person that we had given the name saying, I want you to be calling me. Auntie Kay was calling me at 5 a.m. to just find out what I was doing. Now I was going through something. I said, wow. When people, we have got a condition, we think that that is the end of the world. We think that things are not going to happen. We think that, things are just, we just start feeling sorry for us. So I learned something from her to say we should not be able to feel sad about our situation. We should do something about our situation and live positively, because things that you are able to change them. Things that you are not able to change, embrace them. And this is what motivated today's topic, so that we can speak about just who is who are we impacting in our daily lives? How are we sharing, our stories with? Does our story matter? Every story matters. It just depends on how you are impacting people. They'll be able to tell your story. So let's just take a moment and just think through, who are we impacting? Who's going to tell our story as we go on? And these are some of the things that are real, but sometimes we really don't, take care of them. And when people follow you, like I had, my friends from Agora, from the people that we've impacted in their life, friends from Lady Circle, friends from 41 Club, friends from Roundtable, and you just feel great that really you have had an impact in people's lives, because they didn't know my sister, they didn't know her. Some of them, most of them have not met her, but they came because of the impact in the siblings' life, in the people that are around them, in the people that we interact with. So this is why today I'll share my journey under the social and cultural spoke of the Wheel of Life. This reflection helps me to appreciate my impact and legacy. And this is what it is. And so defining social and cultural spoke of the Wheel of Life is just the social, under social, it is the networks, the relationships, the connections, and the community. Under cultural, it's our values. What are your values, your family values? What are your beliefs, and what are your traditions? And how are you generating your own culture, and how are we impacting your own culture on the lives of those that follow you? So building strong, the social impact actually means that we are building strong family bonds, we are nurturing relationships, we are volunteering for community and development. You see, we were supposed to actually look for people who are coming to, so that they can come and cook on the last day. It didn't happen. So when I saw my, the people that worked with Kamangala, and I I said, oh, are you staying tomorrow? Okay, then you don't have to come to the funeral. What I need from you most is for you to prepare the home while we have gone to, for burial. So be there to make sure that we find food and you set up nicely, and when we come back, at least we find food, because we felt, because of the distance where we were, it was very far, and the road was not so great. So it was very difficult to actually just pick on someone to say, come and help us. And they agreed. And this is what I'm saying, volunteering for community development, that they did a community impact. They impacted on me such that I felt so good that, oh, these friends, or these, people that have been in our lives, we've really impacted on them, that they will be able to support us and remain, working. Everybody wants to go to the funeral. And if you can't find people who volunteer, then it's a big deal. So we had the friends of my sister, who was hosting the funeral, remained, her friends from church, they remained to volunteer for community. And that is what I mean here when I say volunteering for community development. That's what I mean. So if you're listening to me today, this morning, be that person who people can depend on, be that person who can share and feel empathy around yourself, not just ending up on a social a group, like the way we have a WhatsApp groups. When you are actually, especially where we were, there was even no service. So if you don't go to some place to stand, maybe on a higher hill or on a corner where they have developed this thing, I wouldn't even be reading the messages. So call someone or impact someone by showing, that this is who you are and this is how you can relate with them. So even if the technology has shown us that we can do something online, it is not enough. Connect. When we connect, this is what we're saying: building strong bonds, building nature relationships. Connect, apart from just posting, something on the social media group. So mentoring and inspiring, also inspiring others, is a great thing for you to have to show impact. Widening knowledge base beyond professions and skills base is very, very important. And this is why when we're actually even launching the Mindset Change program, we were told that, mindset is an enabler for people to actually be able to do the things that they're doing. It is an enabler program that helps you to actually align yourself to the things that you want. Like we said, Zambia has got so many areas of strength. It is on potential. So that potential only come to pass when we change, when we shift our mindset. It will come to pass. Once we change, we shift our mindset and say, what is good about the things that I'm doing, then we will be good to go. So widening knowledge base beyond professions and skills base, the things that you already know, is what is going to make you have an impact. When I'm so knowledgeable on things, but if my impact cannot be felt because I've got a negative mindset, because I have got a fixed mindset. So even if I know things, if I'm not sharing them out there, it means I am not helping anyone. Or the challenges overwhelm me and I cannot help someone. A lot of us, even those ones that are listening today, if I am like the rest of the, or what we call normal, where even, being at a funeral is a big excuse for you not to do anything. For me, I find that really not good enough, because even when you go, you rush to the funeral. And this, when the funeral actually happened, I had a class of the principals. And that day, on a Thursday, I didn't even look on my phone that my sister had actually passed on, because I had a class. And I was even busy telling the class that, you know what, after this class today we have to finish on time, because I have to go to the hospital. I just feel In the night, I even, text my sister, say, you know what, today I'm not really feeling, how are you people? And she didn't even answer. So I thought, she's fine. She, I'll find her in the evening. So when the funeral came, she passed on around 10. And my sister, who actually within, we are neighbors, she just left. So she said she saw the car. She didn't even bother to tell me, because she knew I was doing something. I was touched very much to say, oh, okay. So everyone knows that, when you are doing something, that is not going to change. Even if you show up, and if they come and tell you and you go to show up, there's nothing that you're going to change. It's okay to leave you and do the things that you're doing. And I really, really did appreciate that, because if I had known immediately, I was not going to really have the, much energy. I was going to continue, or I was going to ask for maybe. And that day when I discovered, luckily I had the uplifter in. So I just went outside, and she was facilitating, and she did 2 sessions, which was really great, which meant that almost the whole afternoon was taken up. I just came to, to wrap up. So these are the things that I am talking about. When you have got people that are uplifting you, when you've got people that care about you, then things happen. And in the evening, I went and slept at the funeral. In the morning, 5 a.m., I came back from the funeral house to come and complete the class here in Makeni. From Lusaka West, I came back. And, people are expecting you to feel a certain way to do. It's okay, because that's just the moment of the way that we do things. And we concluded, the class on a high. We did everything. And off I went and stayed there until this morning. For Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I spent 4 days in Lusaka West, and I came back, last night, and I'm here this morning to speak to you. This is what I call managing your stress, managing the impact that you have, managing things that you've got no control over. I've got no control over of the things that is going to happen around. And when you're in the funeral and it is directly involving you, we had to make all the connections, make all the speeches, make all the things, and you are there, managing, the funeral. You need to manage the funeral when you are doing that. And I am so grateful for my family members who actually, what is this? Where is this? Where is that? And at the end of the day, we've had a beautiful funeral for my baby sister. So when we are talking about widening knowledge base beyond professions and skills, I didn't need my knowledge during the funeral. I didn't need my skill at the funeral, but I just needed to have this impact, that I will make sure that I do this, using the inherent gift that is inside everybody else. And there's no person who actually doesn't have this. There's no person who actually has got nothing in their mind. So what about the cultural impact? The cultural impact, where we are embracing diversity and inclusivity, preserving heritage through storytelling. We had the stories that were being told. We had, issues of how we are going to, to manage what Kamangala liked and what we did like. So we embraced the diversity of even the people that had come, because we don't stay with these people. And when people come, we have to embrace diversity, and we have to be inclusive. So we had to include everyone who was there, so that we can have this, cultural impact on our lives. Preserving heritage through storytelling, promoting cultural exchange and understanding, reducing cultural distance between nations, races, ethnic groups, and neighbors. When somebody has happened to you, people around, around the world. So if we have to reduce the cultural distance between nations, between races, between ethnic groups, this cultural impact that we have should come to play, and especially religious groups. We come from a very diverse Christian groups. For our family, we are very religious. We are Christians, And even the person that really that passed on, my elder sister was actually talking about, we wanted to leave out, said, we can leave that out, she didn't complete. Then our elder sister said, no, that's got an inclination. We were almost having a nun in the family, and we have to talk about it. That she went to, to be a Catholic sister, but things just, she didn't happen. But she went and she spent almost, over a year there. So the impact that it had on us, because she was one person who, you just mention a verse, you just have her reflection on the Bible was so good, her interpretation was so good. So that was an impact in our life that she made. So this is why we're even talking about cultural impact. Those are the things. And we've got our sister Bishop, the people that really conducted the mass from the Capital Ministries International. It was so amazing. And also there I learned something from there. When we actually thought he was just going to do the mass. He says, no, I also need to be nurtured. I also need to be prayed for. I am mourning. It was like, so the people that he has impacted, he communicated, and they came to help him minister, on that funeral. So for you who is sitting out there, who is coming for you, who is going to come to your funeral, who have you impacted that they will actually say, so and so has passed on? Who is going to transmit your information that you are normal? Who actually is going to care about coming to your funeral? And why would they come to your funeral? It is the impact that you're having on the networks, and also on the social and cultural aspect of the wheel of life. So we have to be careful on how we are impacting our lives, and with whom are we impacting our lives. If you don't know how to do that, because this is why we are almost every time when we are talking about mindset change, these are the things. And it is a big spoke of the wheel of life, which makes us really manage ourselves. We are here in the center of the wheel of life, where we are managing the 6 areas of the wheel of life. And the spoke we are talking about, the social and cultural spoke of the wheel of life. There are many. And for me, I was nurturing family and home wheel of life, while really learning things from there. If we were asking people to help us contribute, we're contributing the family members. We also touch the spoke of the wheel of life of the financial and career. What is it? How can you contribute to us? If we didn't nourish this spoke of the financial and the career, wouldn't be able to actually contribute anything, and to be difficult. So we have to make sure that we are nurturing, we are spending our 24 hours, in a manner that it's going to make us be inclusive, be, a total person that you have energy to do family and home, you've got energy to do mental and education, you've got energy to socialize yourself with the financial and career, you've got energy and time to do physical and health, you've got energy and time to be spiritually aligned and also being ethical. We've got to nurture our lives and make sure that our social and cultural spoke of the wheel of life is nurtured. And this is why we are saying, how are you spending your 24 hours? It is up to you to manage that 24 hours. So, who will attend my funeral and why? Why? People who are going to attend your funeral naturally will be your family members, but even the family members, the way they would come to you is because of your impact in life. How have you impacted them? People who come to you to attend your funeral will be close friends. Why would they come? It's because you've had an impact in their life. You run for them. You engage. And I can, I know one of my 2 elder sisters who've been around for a long time, Aunt Audrey and Mrs. Mulonga, and Walia. I just call her big sister, my big sisters. And they were at pains because they were not well. Why were they at pains that they really wanted to come? Even yesterday, she's not feeling well. Can I come with you? Then I can just come and spend the night there and just feel you, hold you, we hug, and I said, you are not feeling well. Why was she feeling bad? It is the impact that I've had on their lives that will make them feel that, they are not, able to come. And, and Odi will say, oh my goodness, I need to be there with you. I said, no, you cannot be here with me because they are not feeling well. And for me, just for them interacting with me and sharing the things that we're supposed to be nurturing and making sure that these are the things that we do really, really made me feel that I have had an impact on the people that are around me, on my close friends and, relatives. You find someone even bringing you, they know, like my friend, Helen, we've been friends for over 40 years. She was like, oh, this is what, no, me, I like this. For me, those are the things that really, really make me feel that I have impacted on the, on the close friends that I have, on the family members that I have, and everyone stops being, friends and they start to be family. When I see, my friends from the service clubs, I just feel like, oh my goodness, this is so real. And I would send them back, the thing that you've done for me is so great, and this is what. You connections with your family members, connections with your close friends is going to have an impact on yourself. And those are people that are going to come to your funeral. So start impacting. If you don't impact, if you don't care about the people that are around you, today is the day that we have to start doing that. And it doesn't matter how, it doesn't have to be big. You don't have to give them money. You don't have to give them food. You don't have, just your presence, the things that you are saying, and just the involvement that you have is going to make that impact for you, for people to go. We have heard stories where people, maybe they don't go to funerals when they've got a bereavement, or they don't even eat at the funeral. They don't welcome people. We've seen how the impact has been on the lives of those people, where if they were mean, people would come, they sit for 2 minutes, they come, or they just contribute money. They just contribute money and they don't show up, because that's what you've been doing. So this is a teacher. Life is a teacher. It teaches us a lot of things. So what is life teaching you where you are? How are you connecting, from where you are? How are you managing from where you are? These are some of the areas where we need to, what impact are you making, so that those people that are coming to you, they will nurture you, they will come to actually, they will be there at your funeral. So friends from service clubs, community leaders, neighbors, mentees and mentors, and colleagues. So as I conclude this topic for today, I just want to share that my social and cultural legacy is a testament to the love I have for me, because if you don't love yourself, you can't give love. So love for me and love to those that connect with me, and the connections and values I cherish. That is the legacy that I would want to share with you. So remember all the time that love, connections, values, you should be able to cherish them. And reflect on your own impact. Who attend your funeral? What legacy would you want to leave? And my final thoughts are that every life has value. Every connection matters. Let's continue inspiring each other and making sure that those people that we impact them positively. And I want to share with you that things that you cannot change, leave them alone. Things that you are able to change, go ahead and do them. If you don't know how to do that, then every Tuesday, we start a new class. This week, we've postponed the class to next week, where we are continuing with the principals forum. And we just want to share that mindset change is a skill that you can learn. And mindset change, you can change it. You can learn it 100% by, just invoking the things around the wheel of life, and you have that impact that you need in managing your 24 hours. Remember, first 8 hours to your plan A, the things that puts food and bread and butter on your table. The next 8 hours is you pursuing your personal interests. And these personal interests that bring you value, that will actually enhance you to change your plan A to plan B, and your plan B to plan A when you retire, are those things that I'm talking about. And there you have to be careful. because you only have 4 hours out of the 8 hours, because the other 4 hours is going to the noise that is happening around your life. And then the last 8 hours is 6 plus is going for you to rest, so that you can be able to nourish your body, so it can be able to share and be able to work properly. Because if you also don't rest, then it's got an impact on your life. So make sure that whatever it is that you're going to do, you must be able to rest minimum of 6 hours. If you're over a certain age, you have to sleep all your 8 hours. But before you sleep, you have to review, regardless of how old you are, you have to review the things that you did that day, so that you can be productive and you can be called to certain places, because you are good as you are. So thank you so much for joining us. It's 30 minutes on my live, and I say thank you so much for joining us. Remember, tomorrow we come with the impact on our sharing of the marketplace. Thank you so much. Have a great day.